Title with a kickstand, it's a bipod. 5th gen with a pole longer than a shine rod. I'm official, get his nose wiped with a head nod. You can't find these dripping stoves to kick dead stock. Niggas ain't seen me in a while, I'm where the money at. My nigga passed the ball on the play, so I'ma run it back. Thinking back, I can't believe I said I'm done with rap. Imagine trying to figure out the way to life without a map. Yank the trigger hella time, damn near broke the strap. Aim for the chest, and you might just get a head tap. I went broken, hoes disappeared, I was like, where they at? Projectiles left the chopper barrel with the flames attached. Quit telling hoes that you got some paper on my head. I could've put it back on you, I hit them all instead. And if we whipped you off the set, it ain't no coming back. And we still pin to School Street like a thumbtack. You left the jeweler with a kid, we walking up like run that. Don't need an eyewitness, all my niggas see me blow the strap. Once we hop up out this load, it ain't no turning back. How you a street nigga with allegations of a rat? It's the tack, we made a couple hundred off a pack. Don't ask why we still in the hood, we finna buy it back. This bitch like a racehorse, she on every track. Didn't get no EDD, still showed them niggas how to stack. I'ma blast first, I ain't in the shooting back. School Street, nigga, leave your hair where your shoes at. All that gangster talk, I'ma make you prove that. Never put a skit by yourself, then you wasn't mad. Checked her for the whole trap, I don't fuck with fags. 30 on my wrist and another 30 in the bag. I ain't hard to find a 30's where a nigga at. And if we catch him, then it's 30 at a nigga cap. Kato with a kickstand, it's a bipod. 5th gen with a pole longer than a shine rod. I'm official, get his nose wiped with a head nod. You can't find these dripping stones to kickstand stock. Stand stock, stand stock, stand stock, stand stock, stand stock.
Randy, don't shoot him.
The points is like back when, gang in the field, bitch, we be so like the Pac-10.
Gangland, we around this motherfucker, man.
Oh, man, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga's feelings. My 9th and Wood nigga, up the street from the village.
We ain't in it, you niggas don't tell no blocks, we ain't in it.
Make sure you put him down, never leave a witness. No love for the suckers, never on forgetting. Stomp down on these niggas, cause niggas is big. Ooh, about to blow something. Man got the stick, about to hoe something. Ooh.
Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland TV. Sit there and live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing. That's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell. That's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field, bitch. We be so like the Pac-10.
Right. You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now. It's an old adage that can't be denied. The internet never forgets. If something is posted online, it's going to live on there somewhere forever. That is proving to be true for Sean Diddy Combs as he faces criminal charges in a federal court in New York. We are taking a fresh look at some videos of the rapper that take on a new tone given the serious accusations he's now facing. We're going to break down some of the clips and the potential impact, if any, at trial with a digital forensics expert. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Sean Diddy Combs has been a pop culture icon since the 1990s, for a while now. He was an early adopter of video blogging, bragging at one point to David Letterman that he had the most friends in history on MySpace. We all remember what MySpace was. He said he started a vlog called Diddy TV, where he posted about his life, and that hasn't stopped.
DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. I put him to sleep. Next day, right? You put the drink on his head. There you go. There it is.
Now, Combs invites people into his life through social media, television appearances, concerts. He was even in talks with Hulu to make a reality show about his family, similar to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But that plan came to a screeching halt when accusations arose about Combs' behavior behind the scenes. Cassie Ventura, Combs' ex, filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against him last November, accusing him of physical assault, rape, sex trafficking, drug trafficking. Combs adamantly denied everything in that lawsuit, but he did settle that lawsuit with Ventura the very next day. But what ended up happening?
Nevadans have been hit hard. The housing crisis, COVID, and inflation have pushed us to the...
That lawsuit set off an avalanche of litigation with multiple people, both men and women, coming forward with their own complaints about Combs' conduct. Then in March, federal agents raided 2 of Combs' homes, one in Los Angeles. One in Miami, taking out boxes full of evidence, including dozens of electronic devices. At the time, Combs wasn't facing any criminal charges, but we spoke with legal experts who said that an indictment would be imminent. And then 1 week ago, Combs was arrested. Pursuant to a grand jury indictment through the Southern District of New York, he was indicted on charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. The indictment lays out the allegations against him, including forced labor, bribery, obstruction of justice. The indictment states, quote, the defendant engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. At times, Combs and others acting in his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence.
Man, ain't nothing scarier, man, than a gay nigga with a gun, man. Excuse me, man. Nothing against the LGBT community, man, but ain't nothing scarier, man, than a gay nigga with a gun, bro. G.O.D. Like, you zesty as hell. I ain't gonna even say gay nigga. I'm gonna just say zesty nigga with a gun. I'm gonna just say zesty because you ain't even gotta be gay to be zesty. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas do zesty shit all the time, and straight niggas be doing zesty shit all the time. Nigga, like, nigga, what the fuck? But I ain't gonna lie. All the charges y'all hear that this man, that they bring it down on this man, like, man, hey. So this whole time, man, in our face, he really been on some other shit. Like, that's like, and then it's like, all right, people keep mentioning these parties. They keep mentioning the parties and stuff like that. So when people mention the parties, and a lot of people are not just not mentioning the parties, you got people that y'all don't even know that's about to come out and speak on these parties. P. Diddy was just recently locked up. Now, while this fool was recently locked up, somebody came out with another lawsuit against this fool. Like, come on, bro. Like, this fool is locked up. Not only is he locked up, but he got charged. He got another lawsuit. Why you getting locked? Why you locked up, bro? You out? You was doing it, nigga. When you was free, nigga. It's your time. It's your time, nigga. All that. You know, threatening people, especially like Danity Kane, Day 26. Craig Mack, Mary J. Blige, hella motherfuckers he done been doing. He done did some weird shit too. Like, This nigga it's this nigga time. It's this full time. So you know, and I ain't no free Diddy in my eyes. You know, ain't no free Diddy around these parts. Fuck Diddy, if you ask me, because all that shit he was doing was out of pocket. Real life reckless though. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like the shit he was doing to Cassie, I know y'all ain't agreeing with that. Like, and then he tried to apologize for it. Like, so you think that little fake ass apology is gonna justify your actions? You see what I'm saying? That weird ass stuff he did can't justify his actions. By all means, it cannot justify his actions. That apology was fake. It wasn't real anyway. He knew it. He knew what was coming to him. You see what I'm saying? He knew what was coming to him. So I wouldn't even like if anybody was trying to be like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. You might as well go ahead and you know what I'm saying, cut that shit on out. This man is guilty and being guilty for quite some time. You see what I'm saying? He been doing stuff. He been doing like I don't know. Like when I think of Diddy, I used to didn't think nothing of it. You see what I'm saying? I used to think nothing of it. But then once like these allegations start coming out, and it's the same thing with R. Kelly. R. Kelly though, like we kind of already knew with R. Kelly when he came out with the video and he was peeing on the young lady, when he was urinating on the young lady, we knew what time it was. You see what I'm saying? When R. Kelly, I mean not R. Kelly, but when Ray J put that sex tape out, we knew what time it was. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, with this Diddy shit, like nigga, I'm not surprised, and I'm happy as hell that they finally got his nasty ass. God.
By the way, talking about Sean Combs and these allegations, doesn't that just show you how scary the world can be? I don't know, how unpredictable the world can be. Did anybody ever see this coming? And when you think about that, when you think about unpredictable things in life, you know what one of the most unpredictable things can be? Something that comes out of nowhere, something that is really terrifying if you get injured, right? But it is so important to realize at those moments what your rights are and if you can be compensated for your injury. Well, that is where our sponsor and proud partner of Sidebar comes in, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. They have an army of over 1,000 attorneys who will fight for what you deserve, and they have a track record to prove it. Past few months, Morgan & Morgan won verdicts like $12 million in Florida, $26 million in Philadelphia, and $6.8 million in New York. All of these, mind you, considerably higher than the highest insurance offers in these cases. Truly, your case could be worth millions of dollars, and even if it's not, why not start a claim and get the money you deserve? Seeing if you have a case can be done in 8 clicks or less. Also, their fee, absolutely free unless you win. They're only getting paid if you get paid. So if you're injured, you can easily start a claim at forthepeople.com/LC sidebar, or you can click the link in the description and pinned in the comments. Combs allegedly forced men and women to participate in what he called freak-offs or FOs, these hours-long sexual performances that involve drugs, alcohol, baby oil, lubricant, even professional lighting and cameras. Prosecutors say that Combs coerced people into taking part in these freak-offs for years, and now, as old video clips of Combs start to surface, it appears Combs' bad boy behavior has maybe been an open secret in Hollywood and beyond. And what we are seeing now in these resurfacing of older videos of Combs are different contexts. We might be looking at these videos in a different lens, given these allegations. Did these videos tell us anything? Could they be used as evidence at trial? Well, to talk about this, I want to bring in digital forensics expert Heather Barnhart to talk more about this. Heather, thanks so much for coming on. Good to see you. First,
time is your most precious resource. Why waste it on endless edits? With Imagine, that's
I want to get your reaction to this indictment. You know, I've spoken with a lot of legal analysts. You're an expert in digital evidence. What stood out most to you about not only the indictment, but also say the 2 letters that were submitted by prosecutors when they were trying to fight Combs' bail? He's been denied bail twice, but we learned a lot more information in those letters too.
Sextortion is the major issue here, and it's a platform I've been speaking on. In my opinion, it's the #1 threat that we're dealing with in the United States and worldwide. The fact that Combs is allegedly reaching out and threatening to release these videos and ruin people's lives. The thing is, one video, one photo can ruin your life forever. And who knows what control was set in place to even have these videos recorded, if they were consensual or not.
Because that's the allegation, right? That he would secretly record these freak-off sessions. And by the way, when you hear that the government has obtained, and I'm reading from the letter by the government, over 90 cell phones, laptops, cloud storage accounts, as well as over 30 other electronic and storage devices, such as hard drives, thumb drives, cameras, and a surveillance system. What does that tell you?
So here's the crazy thing. Investigators have their hands full. They are going to need forensic software to help them get through this information. But if you think about your phone, it knows everything you do. You can't hide from your phone. It's the perfect digital witness that juries are going to expect. When we look at his phone, so when you examine Sean Combs' devices, the truth will be there. Whether you try to remove it or not, the truth is there, and a forensic expert will dig that truth out.
Well, I'm glad to have you to talk about that, because I'm also talking about the new clips that have surfaced and what we make of them. So a very digital episode. And so let's talk about some of these resurfaced clips of Sean Combs, where I think the argument would be is that he seemed to dance around the details of his allegedly debaucherous lifestyle. I mean, when he went on Ellen DeGeneres' show, she asked him about his parties. This was back in 2007.
No, it'd go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel. You know?
And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. Then it, no, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them.
And then way back in...
Come on, bro. 2007. 2007? In 2007? Hold on, man. Hold on.
I mean, when he went on Ellen DeGeneres' show, she asked him about his parties. This was back in 2007.
No, it'd go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel. You know?
And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. Then it, no, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them.
And then way back in 1999, Combs told Entertainment Tonight that his parties might even get him arrested.
You're going to hear about my parties. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated.
And then there were celebrities who were, you know, kind of happy to joke with Combs about his lifestyle, his interactions with women.
His environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people, we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated.
Bro, moving zesty as hell. Like his hand movements, his gestures, just like, come on, bro. Like I say, that was in 2007, they say. 2007. On Ellen DeGeneres, they asked him, hey, what's up with the party and shit, though? Like, and she was like, oh, yeah, I know, because I've been. Yeah, we know your ass was in there with a dildo trying to pipe a bitch. Yeah, we already know she was in there trying to do some extracurriculars for surely. You know what I'm saying? But this is crazy though, y'all. This is crazy and very interesting because they going through the shit that was basically right in front of our face.
And then there were celebrities who were, you know, kind of happy to joke with Combs about his lifestyle, his interactions with women. This included late night hosts like David Letterman, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien.
Right, got to keep them there. Right, you need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
So Heather, looking at these, like I struggle with them, right? I struggle with them.
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
Look at this nigga face, bro. Like, is you serious? Is bruh he sounds so happy. Who sounds so happy to talk about other dudes sweating is crazy, bro. Come on, like he said, yeah, you know, and then he talking about it as if he's talking about rolling a blunt or making a sandwich. Like it's really some science to the shit that he doing. Like, yeah, you know, cause you know, don't have no air conditioner, you know, just have it all hot, you know, because the heat activates the alcohol, which activates the Molly, which activates the zesty ass shit that go on after that. Yeah, G-O-D. Like, come on, bro. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Shit out of pocket, bro. Look at your smile on your face, bro. You feel hella happy to talk about some zesty shit. It's crazy.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just
right.
Check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
So Heather, looking at these, like I struggle with them, right? I struggle with them. I don't know if they'll make it into evidence. I don't know if they'll necessarily be relevant. They're actually kind of, you know, I don't know what they tell us. They could be innocent statements about his parties being a good time, exaggerating what these might be like, puffery. Maybe they are wild. Maybe there was.
Occur from what we're hearing allegedly happened, but it's almost, when you watch those clips, as if he were bragging that he wanted the attention on what these things are, because curiosity, we're humans. Humans are curious. If you're curious about what these parties are and you'll do anything to get there, there's going to be a huge celebrity list of people who probably were just present and not participating. So I think it's going to be wild what we see investigators uncover during this investigation.
I think it's also, and what is frustrating for a lot of people, this was known. Puffy's parties, everybody knew about them. They're wild. Now, they're dancing around it a little bit, but he didn't feel, to me, uncomfortable talking about the parties. Now, he might not have, I don't think he ever expected that he was going to get arrested for allegedly what happened at some of these events. And by the way, he's not being arrested for what happened at parties like the white party in general. It's specific sexual coerced encounters, but he seemed very comfortable speaking about this too.
He did. And, you know, I think we're going to see, as we look closely at the devices belonging to Combs, we're going to see other people that may be nearby or involved just from connecting to hotel Wi-Fi, yacht Wi-Fi, proximity to his device. So even if these devices are collected, there's going to guaranteed be other people associated to this. So we may be able to even see who's behind him and supporting him, because it takes more than one person to do all the things that are being allegedly done in these freak-offs.
And there were those who said, you know, they just looked the other way, right? And that's what the people believe is, oh, all these celebrities were just looking the other way, or maybe they were active participants. We don't know. What is interesting is that there were others who called out Combs and his behavior. So we had comedian Cat Williams, and he said this now infamous line during an interview with Shannon Sharp on his YouTube channel back in January. So this was after Cassandra Ventura's lawsuit was filed, before the raids on Combs' mansions, before the charges came out. But listen to what he said.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without relying on Google, Facebook, or
Okay, so Heather, to be clear, Cat Williams is not mentioned in this criminal case. In fact, everyone I'm about to mention, everyone I'm about to talk about is not actually brought up in the criminal complaint or the letters. There are no names. The government mentions victims and witnesses. There's a specific mention to victim one, but no one by name. So I just want to make that clear. But what do you make of that statement from Cat Williams?
Clearly, word got out. And this goes back to, is it a respect for who Sean Combs was? Why would people not talk about this? It seems to have gone on for over a decade. Think of people who are adults now that were children at the time. There has to be some level of control or almost like an intrigue to these parties, even if you didn't want to participate, that no one.
What you think about this, Anonymous?
You know, I kind of came in late, I will admit, but from what I've heard so far, I'm not sure. It sounds like this guy is kind of, I might be wrong, taken up for it. I don't know. It's like they're trying to analyze something that's obvious. That's what it
Nah,
sounds
they
like.
showing what's obvious. They showing what's obvious that niggas didn't know was obvious.
Wow.
You gotta think some people like you would listen to a
They don't
song when you
believe
was young and didn't know the words. And then when you get older, you like, okay, I know the words. I see what a motherfucker's saying. So it's like, as people was young and didn't know, you got to think this nigga older than most motherfuckers in the industry. So
right,
when it comes to age and things of that nature, like I say, oblivious to us. Like I didn't watch Ellen. You see what I'm saying? To even see him even say some weird ass shit like that. Like I didn't even watch the other show that he was just on when he was talking about not having no AC and just having heat, shit like that. Like I never knew that, but it was right
see,
under.
I came in late. I do
our
apologize. But wow, yeah, I saw a few clips where he was on Ellen DeGeneres, and he was talking about him and what's that other cat? Ah, shit, I can't think of his name right now. And I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't. Again, I don't watch it either, so I didn't know Puppy was a regular on there. So I never got to see some of the clips I did see. That's crazy.
Yeah, this nigga Diddy is really zestified. Let's get into it though.
No one went forward and said, hey, this is what's happening, until they started to.
And you know what else is coming into question is how Combs acted around, like you said, when you talk about age, the young up-and-coming artists that he was mentoring, like R&B icon Usher, pop superstar Justin Bieber. You know, Combs produced Usher's first album, and Usher apparently lived with Combs for about a year. And he talked about that, what seems to be an intense period of time. He talked about it with Howard Stern in 2016.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
And Usher also told Stern in that interview that when asked if he would allow his kids to do the same, he replied emphatically, "Hell no." Now, Heather, again, not sure what to take away from that. And to be clear, there were no allegations in the indictment or the government's letters where they say anything about minors, right? That was a very conspicuous absence.
I'm a senior getting by on Social Security and Medicare. Jackie Rosen is a multimillionaire who's getting richer from high drug prices.
From those filings from the government. But when you hear something like what Usher said, You know, again, I'm not sure. I don't believe that video would come into evidence. I don't think it shows much, but it may give us kind of a glimpse into something.
I think it does give us a glimpse into the mindset. And one of the hardest things in digital forensics is almost tapping into the mindset of the person you are investigating or looking at. Because once you're almost put yourself in their shoes on the things that were done, it makes the picture clearer. I think anything that can make the mindset clearer to the jury will help. Definitely help the innocent people. Because here's the issue. When you're trying to, I assume, obtain people through chats, because how else are you going to get these people if you have your sight set on a specific target, a pop star, someone you want there? Chats had to have occurred. So I assume that all those chats will be obtained from his devices. But the thing that bothers me the most, and this is the hardest reality for me, when someone has everything, why do you have to take the innocence of younger people or even show them a world that is not normal?
And by the way, that's, you could say, not even showing them a world that's illegal, showing them a world, a very adult world. And I think that's maybe what Combs' defense will be. One of the things, and we've kind of been hearing rumblings about it. He might look at all.
Yeah, I don't think Shannon Sharp said no. You got to think I think Shannon Sharp actually came out, and Shannon Sharp that showed people his boyfriend, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I done seen hella pictures with
Wait a
Shannon
minute.
Sharp
You said Shannon Sharp?
basketball game. Yeah.
What?
That nigga name. Why you think that nigga name? That nigga shit name Club Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay.
Wow. Damn.
Even the drink that he got. I think the little liquor that he got out right now is called Shay Shay or shit. It's called it ain't manly. Yeah,
The
it ain't
hell out of
manly at all.
here. Damn, I didn't. Ooh.
You know, yeah. It's pictures of
Damn.
Shannon Sharp and the dude at the basketball games.
No way. Damn.
Like,
Can the real niggas please stand up? Yeah. I didn't. Ooh, wait.
like,
I didn't
damn,
expect that.
This whole time you was zestified? That's crazy.
Damn. I'm kind of getting sick of this shit. Wow.
But see, it's different though. Like, I can't even say nothing about Shannon Sharp because at least he came out. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? At least he came out. Diddy ain't never came out. Diddy ain't never just said he was gay. They, like I said, I played the video and they asked Diddy. They said, "Man, so do you like men or women?" And then Diddy said, "Depending on my
It
mood."
depends on the day. Yeah.
So
That's not really giving a definitive answer. It is, but it ain't.
Depending on your mood, like, what
Yeah,
you mean?
man.
Depending on your mood, like, I'm confused. Depending on my mood, it let me know whether I like dudes or. But that's just nasty as a fuck.
Damn. Can we get some real
That
niggas up
shit
in this
nasty.
motherfucker? Damn.
Like, and then I ain't gonna lie, like Gene Dildo need to go ahead and stop lying because you know you was involved in some of them freak offs too, acting like you was
think
just
so?
security and you went, hell yeah, Gene Dildo. That's why I call him Gene Dildo.
Well, shit, I'm not surprised at anything anymore. I mean, damn, I don't know why I thought Shannon Sharp was straight.
Yeah.
Damn. Ex-football
Shannon
player.
Sharp ain't straight. Shannon Sharp like that pussy. He like that pussy.
Damn.
like the book thief. You like the book thief.
Damn. That shit. That's
Nasty
crazy.
as hell.
I don't know why I assumed he was. Does he be talking about his wife?
They been always doing some zesty shit though in front of us and trying to like players though. Like let's take Wildin' Out for instance. On an episode of Wildin' Out, they had Kirk Franklin, and on that episode of Kirk Franklin, they had the nigga from Love and Hip Hop, the zesty nigga who the little podcast. I forgot his name. But to make it shorter, this gay dude that's on the show, while Kirk Franklin is a man of God, he's supposed to be a gospel rapper, singer. You know what I'm saying? So why would y'all have all this weird stuff in front of this godly man? You know what I'm saying? So they made the nigga.
He's always been suspect to me.
The gay dude said, "Yeah, you may have bars. Yeah, you got them. But if you keep on talking, I'm gonna make you my bottom." I'm like, what the fuck?
What?
Why is you rapping this shit in front of a damn near a fucking preacher, bro? Like a pastor, bro? Like y'all niggas is tripping. Like, niggas
What is the world coming to? Yeah, man. When you think somebody's straight, but they ain't not. And, oh my God.
On the road.
Damn, now you got to question everybody that's posing to be a man.
Fuck that nigga Diddy, nigga. Fuck that nigga Diddy. I hope they beat that nigga ass in there, nigga, and run that nigga asshole open, nigga. Since he like doing shit to people, I hope they run that nigga in, nigga. Fuck P. Diddy, nigga. The fuck?
That's crazy.
All these videos and say, yeah, I agree with everything. I think everybody agreed to these parties. Everybody agreed to these sexual events. Everything was consensual. We like to party. You might not know what this is like, John Smith in Oklahoma, but this is the celebrity lifestyle. This is the culture. And when this trial happens, that may be an argument that they move forward with.
And I would say my rebuttal to that, what's the age of consent where these freak-offs occurred? And can you consent when you're under the influence?
That's a very, very fair argument because he is accused of drugging people during these freak-off sessions where they would be obedient and compliant. Now, talking about age, Justin Bieber. Now, Justin Bieber was very young when he reportedly worked with Combs. And one of the videos that is circulated in the aftermath of all this attention on Combs, in fact, after the raids, was Combs' interaction with a then 15-year-old Justin Bieber. This was back in 2009 as he was rocketing to start.
Check this out. State Farm was charging me $179 for auto insurance per month. No, thank you.
Stardom. Now, when you talk about 2009, that is actually in the time frame in the indictment. So they talk about these freak-offs happening. YouTube channel, and it's titled 48 Hours with Diddy.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
It's very uncomfortable. It doesn't even have to be anything connected to these like the criminal case.
Where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but
here we go again with this. I can't tell you that. we can't really exclude. Bruh, y'all was playing with that young man. G.O.D. and Gene Deal, like I say, yeah, Gene Dildo. That's why I call him Gene Dildo. Because, nigga, you a motherfucking lie, nigga. You know damn well you was indulging in them homosexual activities, nigga. So stop playing.
Wow.
You was them niggas tight. You was them niggas flavor. Nigga, them big niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's why they love DJ Khaled. That's why they love Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying?
French Montana.
Yeah. So stop playing. Stop playing.
And I was disappointed about French Montana. I was disappointed, man.
Him and French Montana laying on a boat, dick to ass. Nigga, what the fuck?
Hell no. Hell no.
With other niggas. It ain't just them. It's like 4 more niggas. They all dick to ass. I'm like,
that shit.
They is.
Dude, I seen that shit and I was upset. I was like, damn.
You know, some New York. I know some New York niggas around that time when that nigga was doing bodyguards and shit for that nigga, and they like, nigga, on my mama kids. They know. I'm just saying from what my New York niggas telling me. They like, bruh, that nigga was there, bruh, and he wasn't just. He was participating, bruh. He wasn't just watching, bruh. He was participating. Man,
shit.
Gene Dildo was participating. Why you think?
Man,
look, a nigga, and then look, this is what they'll tell you too. A nigga know all this shit, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why you think he know all that shit?
Because he was there.
Why you think he know all that shit?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Why you think he know all that? I mean, yeah, man, Diddy used to get.
And they probably got his ass. See, they got his ass on tape too.
He like.
So his jig, if that's the case, his jig is up too. His jig is up.
Like, nigga, come on, bro. Like,
damn.
You trying to sit there and act like you wasn't. And Jaguar Wright, she mad. Didn't nobody want to fuck her ugly ass. G.O.D. So she gonna tell anyway. Hey, ain't it like that though? The ugly one that don't nobody want to fuck, they be like telling shit on them out.
I don't think she's ugly. I think she's been through some shit.
Yeah, I ain't
she's been.
I know right. I know left from right. I know up from down. I know good from bad. You know what I'm saying? And I know ugly from cute.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't know GQ magazine nigga myself, but I'm just saying she ugly as hell. I ain't gonna lie, she's ugly to me. I'm just saying to me, she's ugly as hell.
No, I feel you. You know. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You know?
Man, she looked like a Cleon from Star Trek. Like,
stop it! Cool. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Wood Street, like.
But we gotta respect the truth she's telling, though, man.
You know how? Look, you know, like I said, you know how niggas with motherfuckers that you be like, damn, bruh, how you know all the business? How you know all the business without being in the business? You see what I'm saying? And most people that know people's business, that be in the business, they try to exclude themselves from the business. So when they tell the story, they like kind of like out of it, like you. It'll be in hella stories when niggas was like, yeah, bruh, them niggas was doing their thing in the room and then told the bodyguard to come in. Like, so come on, bruh, stop it, bruh. This is shit that niggas know, bruh, like street shit that niggas know, like shit that Cat Williams know, type shit. Come on, man.
Damn, this is a lot of
like I played not last show, the show before that.
I played. Well, yeah, when they was talking about the transgender being in the Juicy video of Biggie Small. You
Yeah, I
understand?
remember
Like,
that.
he was
That was
a
crazy.
dude that was in them parties and shit too. Now, like I said, these is people that people may not know of, but people that bear witness to the zestiness. They bear witness to the zestiness. Ain't no way
Well, from what I understand,
you got a whole dude. Stop it. They got a whole dude in the video. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no way you a straight nigga. And yeah. Come on, man.
Wow.
Why do this nigga got on the headband? Why are all the
Oh,
women in the
well,
video?
all that you see, those are obvious. Those are obvious.
So way back when they Ben was playing with punks like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That is, ooh. Will the real niggas please stand up?
But you can see that bruh got a 5 o'clock shadow with a headband on, with some OG Bobby Johnson braids. Like, what's going on?
Stop it.
Your background making noise. What's that going on? This sound like some metal or something clicking and clacking. What's going on?
I'm cooking. I'm almost to the point where I can let it boil.
What you over there making?
Spaghetti.
Damn, making all that goddamn noise? That shit sound like
Yeah,
you making
I'm
hamburgers. Making all that.
No, I'm chopping. I'm putting other stuff in there. Now it's getting ready. The sauce is boiling. You know, I'm gonna let it simmer. My pot of pasta for pasta. Let that boil up. Let's drop the pasta up in there.
See, like,
The hard part is already done. Huh? Who, me?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, you ain't gotta believe it. I'm just telling you my perspective on things and what I know in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on. So Gene Dildo, like I say, but it's Gene Billy.
Yeah, man, the ones you think is straight ain't shit. But you know what? Now, that shit you showed at the Diddy party, all them men wearing titties and headbands and shit, you know, in San Diego, there's a lot of that going on. They had a place called Hillcrest. That's where they hang. And so a lot of that going on. I mean, that's I've seen that before. But what's tricky is the ones dressing up like women. A lot of men got tricked. A lot of ass got kicked. I'm gonna leave it like that. You know, sometimes it's not a good idea.
Man, I'm not kissing no ass or letting a nigga do something to mine for some money or some motherfucking fame. It's not that
I hear you.
serious.
It's not. Stay
It's not that
independent.
serious.
Stay independent and be free. That's the way I see it.
Right.
Fuck all that. You ain't got to do none of that shit. Unless you choose to.
Yeah, like if you like, yeah, come on.
If you choose to, that's your business. Leave the kids out of it. Stay in your lane. Leave the kids out of it. Kids ain't got shit business doing between your legs. And I don't want to hear it. Now, if anybody want to argue that, they got a psychological problem. Need their ass kicked.
Nah, nigga try to argue me up and down and say that this not a man. Like, I'm like, bruh, for
Which one?
you could tell by how your titties developing that ain't no
Hold on, I'm
women.
gonna go look.
Women don't look like that. Women don't look like that. Like, and then not only that, in the other Biggie Smalls video, you got a woman pissing in a stall with two other niggas in the video. And then the niggas looking at the nigga dick. Like y'all peeing, looking at the nigga dick. What's like? Come on, bro. You can't argue that. And this is right. This was right in front of our face. Things that, like I say, I was young at the time, but I still was watching the video, knew of the music, etc. But at the same time, like I said, I'm a kid. I'm not noticing that this is a woman standing up, shaking her, you know what I'm saying, her private area after she's just finished urinating. This is crazy. This is
So, which one are they saying is not a man? The one in front of us in the black?
You said who?
Which one is they saying is not a man? The one that was at the toilet, or this one right here?
The one
with the headband
with the
on.
headband right here. That's a
That ain't no
hoe,
fucking woman.
man.
Don't
That's
let
a
them
hoe.
titties fool
That's
you.
a hoe.
They
That's
was
a
doing
hoe, man.
they was doing hormones back then. Don't let them titties fool you. Look at it. Look at him. That's a man.
That is a man,
But if
Damon.
you haven't seen this before or haven't been around it, it's harder for you to spot.
So, like I said, a transgender. This is a transgender in the Juicy video. A transgender in the what was the other video? Is it Big Papa? I gotta
Big
go back and
Papa.
look. But the
I like it
main
when you called me Big Papa.
the main girl in the video is a
Same one.
transgender. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, come on, man. In the video, y'all in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
She
In
was
the video,
also in
y'all in the
one
bathroom.
of LL's.
Yeah, man. Come on. How's y'all letting this nigga? First of all, he got two transgenders in the video. You know what I'm saying? This is way back when. Then on top of that, dude said the girl's so bad, I'll give her daddy fellatio. How
See,
many times?
And you know,
That's what I'm
people
saying.
hear that, they sing the song, but when they get to that part, I noticed back in the day, a lot of the dudes didn't say that part. The real ones.
Who's going to say that part?
No, I don't think they felt comfortable saying that. Because, you stop, everything's cool till you get to that part and people stop and think, what the fuck? For
Man,
a
look,
split second, and then they keep moving.
They got to the part of that bridge with that shit and didn't want to cross it. And that was that. Who's going to sing that part? Like, that's weird as hell. Like, to be sitting there singing. That's just like a nigga be ski. Bro, I know the fuck you didn't just ski. Nigga, you just ski. What the fuck, bro? Like, that's zesty.
And see, now
You
we
can rap
understand, yeah.
Yeah, it's hella little different parts. It's like, nigga, hold on, bro. How you singing a girl part to a song? It was ski. What? You a whole dude.
Are they?
Come on.
You like I said, real men, please stand up.
Yeah, Diddy been doing all this in front of us, so we gotta address it. This nigga said don't have no AC, so that niggas can sweat. And he was like,
I saw
the
that.
heat activates. Oh. So how many niggas is you in a room with no heat, just sweating?
Oof.
Come on, man. That's zestified. G-O-D. That shit is zestified.
It's also activating the chemicals in whatever people are taking, drinking, whatever. You got to bring your own shit, period. You cannot.
Come on, man.
Man, you can't even drink the water. You don't know what's in it. I'm sorry.
It's something in the water that got them niggas doing all this zestified ass shit. It's something in the water that got a nigga doing that shit. And that's real though, man. Some of these niggas, some of these women be egging that shit on, man. Like y'all be egging that shit on with the gay men and shit. Like, I mean, talking about, oh, I love me a gay man. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as friend wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to be like, you know what I'm saying? The motherfuckers be messy, more than women, and they over whoop on the femininity. I hate when they like this nigga right here. He over whooping on the femininity. Like, you're not a woman, bro. You out there with an Adam's apple, big ass hands and feet, nigga, titties with hair on your chest, and a headband, sideburns. Nigga got sideburns. 5
Yeah, we
o'clock
don't roll
shadow
like that.
light.
That's
Oh
a
my Jesus. Free my grandma. These niggas tripping. Free my grandma. These niggas tripping. Hey, no way. Yeah. Y'all can sit there and try to argue a nigga all night long about it. Like, nigga, hey, this is not my fault that this nigga got sweet dude. You know what I'm saying? Sweet dude. Oh, sweet dude in the video, nigga. The fuck?
It's all around. Look at the one in now. Now check this out.
It's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
It's very uncomfortable. It doesn't even have to be anything connected to these like the criminal case. I just find that video uncomfortable. It's gotten a lot of attention, Heather. There are those who believe that Bieber may be cooperating in the government. Purely speculation, but just that video in and of itself, I think, makes a lot of people uncomfortable.
It definitely does. And he's a father of a young infant son now. I think who you were then, what you were introduced to, again, it's taking away the innocence of people that don't deserve that at all.
Can I ask you a question? Again, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because there were allegations in the lawsuits. I'm really specifically talking about the Rodney Little Rod Jones lawsuit. This is Combs' former producer who sued him for sexual assault, sex trafficking. He mentioned that he was tasked with soliciting minors and that there were underage people at these parties. Why do you think there was nothing about that in the indictment? Do you think that the digital evidence maybe didn't corroborate it? Maybe there was not witness testimony that could corroborate it?
Don't let Kamala Harris fool you. Harris not only supports taxing service workers' tips, news reports confirm Biden and Harris
Maybe prosecutors are waiting to bring those charges, or maybe they didn't want to bring that in connection with this case. Although R. Kelly, he was facing sex trafficking and racketeering charges that were very much had a theme about minors. So I just was, again, I don't know if it could very well not be true, right? The prosecution said there's not enough evidence to show that. But when you're looking at these kinds of things, were you surprised by that? Why do you think it's not in there?
I think they may be saving this one, possibly, or even think of this, the minors at the time could potentially be adults now. So do they want to be involved in this investigation? Are they willing to speak out on their experiences? Because as an adult, now they can actually do that. But I think when you look at all of these freak-offs that occurred, there has to be a collection. And I read a lot of articles saying that he recorded these with multiple cell phones, with professional cameras. So I think the collections of the videos, when investigators dig through those, will tell the truth and reveal some of the proposed ages of these minors.
You talk about the power of video, by the way. I mean, that 2016 video of him allegedly beating Cassandra Ventura, that was one of the biggest pieces of evidence that came out even before the charges, and clearly it made its way into the criminal case. If that is just a sampling of what the government has, you're seeing a very strong case.
Absolutely.
Now, given what we know about Combs' party lifestyle through these lawsuits and the people that have spoken out over the years, it is concerning when you see someone so young as Justin Bieber hanging out with the rapper. And in fact, in a video that was posted on Combs' YouTube channel, it was just a year or so later, Bieber, again, he looks uncomfortable when interacting with the rapper. That's my take. But Let's see what you think.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you
All right,
doing?
young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and
Yeah,
everything?
man.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you haven't. I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mhm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right.
My
Okay.
number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
Now, Khloe Kardashian also made comments about being at a P. Diddy party on Keeping Up with the Kardashians in 2014. She said that she'd seen a young Justin Bieber at the party and that half of the guests were naked. You know, Heather, looking back on it, he might be uncomfortable. I think he actually looked more uncomfortable in the first video, but it could have been a sketch. It could have been like a little skit between them. I'm not entirely sure. But again, when I think about the number of witnesses that the government is speaking to or could be speaking to, because this is an ongoing investigation, I have to wonder if they are celebrities, if they are Justin Bieber, if they are the Kardashians.
I bet they are. And here's the thing, names are going to come out, and I think it's going to shock a lot of people. And there's so many things that you read and all the allegations that are out there. But even just looking at the phone in that video, you can tell the digital data is going to seal this investigation on what the truth is. That's what I honestly believe. But I think too, when you see Justin Bieber look so young in those videos, there has to be a plethora of minors involved in this. And I guarantee they're going to be big names, because I feel like that would be the attraction to come to his parties. If that's something you're participating in and there's a new pop star, you're going to come see that, unfortunately.
And how much of this do you think would be documented, not just in videos, I'm talking text messages, especially if you're dealing with minors who they might not realize what the consequences of this are. So if they're just freely talking about what happened at these parties in text messages, I feel like that could be something that prosecutors might be looking at as well, right? The text message conversations.
Absolutely. Chats are everything. And even if you take devices, if you came to my house right now and I take your phone, when you leave, you can do whatever you want. That's why I do worry about the level of control that Combs may have had over the potential victims or the people that participated or even watched or saw. But there's no way for a decade that someone didn't talk about it, text about it, share something along the way. And even the alleged threats that are happening, those are happening in email and text messages. So all of these chats, secure or not, software like Celebrate, that's what we do. We dig in and we uncover the truth.
Now, Bieber, who's now 30, actually recently collaborated with Combs on the Love album, and he was featured on a song called Moments. Combs even posted photos of the two of them in the studio together. And sources told the Daily Mail that Bieber was shocked, deeply disturbed by Combs' arrest, reportedly unwilling to discuss it. They told the outlet that so many people who helped to make him who he is were very close to Diddy, and it has completely thrown him. Justin hasn't been responding on this since the home raids. He's not going to. He had a long break from Diddy when he believes most of this took place, and he had distanced himself from him. He was featured on Diddy's most recent album, and had he known any of this, there was no way he would have done it. So it seems like Diddy's wild parties were a pretty open secret, but could those partygoers be aware of some of the crimes that are alleged in Combs' criminal indictment? The alleged abuse and coercion that was going on. It remains to be seen if the Southern District of New York will charge anyone else in connection with Combs' alleged criminal empire. And so far, he's the only defendant named. He faces just these 3 charges: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. Heather Barnhart, I'll give you the final word, because we're still at the early stages of this. And, one of the things I imagine, if this is an ongoing investigation and people are coming forward, there's going to be more digital evidence that authorities have to sort through.
There will be. In sextortion, something this major, you can't act alone. There have to be other key players who are assisting Combs in this entire allegation.
Heather, thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate you breaking down these videos with me, what we can expect from the digital evidence in this case. A final question I have for you is, I really don't know if any of that's actually going to make its way into trial. What do you think?
I think some of them should, especially trying to show the age or even the look on minors' faces when they're discussing these parties and what's happening behind closed doors. I think it shows the discomfort and the people who are probably excited to spend time with Combs.
Look, I think if minors are not a part of this case, the defense will have a really good argument that none of this is relevant, that it's highly prejudicial towards their client. But we shall see. We're in the early stages. Heather Barnhart, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar.
What you think about that?
Sorry, I was in the kitchen. Man, some sick shit. And he's in jail where he belongs. I just hope something sticks. I don't really wish people to be in jail because that's some terrible shit. Because some people need to be taken away from the populace. They don't know how to act. You know, and this whole Justin Bieber thing, that poor guy probably has to relive that shit again. You know, I mean, I don't know. You would think he would feel safe because he's behind bars, but he probably doesn't because there's videotape. So now he has to relive that shit. He's got his family. They gonna be looking at him sideways. His child's gonna be looking at him sideways. So that's probably what he's thinking about. You know, wishing he had never did that. But, you know, he was a kid. He didn't know, you know, and the trauma, I'm thinking of the trauma that he went through. I'm thinking of his trauma. Is he got to relive this shit again? People going to be wanting to interview his ass. He probably don't want to talk about the shit. He probably just wants to move on. As far as Justin Bieber goes, but yeah, Diddy, sick motherfuckers in this world, man. And it ain't just him. Oh, it's others. Sick bastards. And it like you said, it ain't just on, you know, the Hollywood side. It's in the streets too. Some people, you know, have gone through that kind of trauma with their family members fucking with them. And you got down lows and all this shit. You know? It's crazy. Like I said, we're the real niggas, please stand up. We don't know. We don't know. Same thing with him, though. But, man, this nasty shit, this is just nasty. Nasty. I mean, whatever you do in your bedroom, that's your business. Leave the kids out of it. And don't try to lie about it. Especially if you've been seen, dude. Come on. You know? And some of the fucked up part is, some of these brothers got families, dude. Some of these brothers and sisters got families. Kids. Be like, damn. You know? I'm worried about the kids. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. The moral fiber and compass of people is just weird nowadays, man. You can do what you want. This shit ain't really nothing new. It's been going on for millenniums. But some of this shit is out of control. Some people should know better, but you got all this money and you're going to fuck it off being stupid. Leave
See, he
the
thought he
kids
wasn't gonna
out
get
of it.
caught. He thought he wasn't gonna get caught, and then to try to add
Straight
young
up.
niggas into the mix, it's even crazy. Like, didn't nobody really know that you was doing all that, bro? To Usher, Justin Bieber, and all the rest of these people, bro. Like, you was using certain weapons such as money, fame, and homosexual acts against people. To if they want to be rich, do this, do that. Like, bro, yeah, he got to go to jail, bro. We shouldn't. No, he got weird ass.
Yeah,
nigga, man.
he where he belong. He where he belong. It's one thing to be your lifestyle. It's another to hold somebody's career hostage for your bidding. That shit, oof. Choices, man. Choices.
All right, man. With that nigga on. But yeah, we ain't gonna be on here that long. We wasn't gonna be here. I just had to come over here, show y'all that, and let y'all know that nigga done caught another case while being locked up. against another. Like, bro, how you locked up and somebody filing a lawsuit against you while you locked up? A new nigga. You know what I'm saying? Said he did something to him in 2000.
Damn.
So yeah, man, y'all tap in to the Clubhouse app. We're gonna be on the Clubhouse. I'm about to make a Clubhouse as soon as I get up off here. Y'all tap in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell. We're gonna be live again tomorrow, a little longer. I appreciate y'all for tampering with me, coming on the live, man, supporting it, you know, engaging and really watching some good content. And like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. We about to start doing these giveaways, Christmas coming up, you know, and the holidays and such. So yeah, man, y'all know what it is. Like I said, tap into the Clubhouse, download the Clubhouse app, and look for the real Gangland TV. I appreciate y'all. Blessings. It is Gangland TV, man. Gangland at the dark, man.
Yeah. Gangland.
Yeah, man, we got to get straight to it, man. This Gangland at the dark, and we going to talk about it, bro. Y'all better stop playing with Gangland, man. Hey, when we come on here, man, we pop it, man. We talk about it.
Gangland, 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 gangland.
Foley crop him out, chop up crop him in. DM and pics of hella guns, but they won't drop a pin. Yeah, we gon' box him in. Wiggle through this section, we gon' box you in. It's folk from me, fine in Vegas, nigga, I be in the hood. Lower bottom, nigga, ain't no nigga running from life and hood. My clique ain't hold up the Drake, bet the starter can. Drum on everything up your block, like a marching band. Man, hey, y'all tap in, man, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
Shout out to everybody, understand me, that pulled up